why dependency management matters, how we can set up our PHP projects with Composer, adding and managing dependencies, and so on and so forth. All right, Composer. Composer is a very vital tool in PHP development. So what Composer basically does is it simplifies our project management. It helps manage project dependencies efficiently. It streamlines workflows for developers, and it ensures that all necessary libraries are included and up to date. All right, so every PHP project is dependent on Composer as it plays a very, very crucial role in PHP development. It makes your project easy, and it manages your dependencies efficiently. So for those of us that are not on the technical team, so basically dependencies are their relationship between different components or libraries or modules that are required to build, run, and test your application. So this Composer, it helps manage your project dependencies, those things, those tools, those components, those functions or modules that are required to build, to test, to run your software. So Composer help manages all of those things, all right? And it also streamline workflow for developers. Then it also ensures that all necessary libraries are included. So what are libraries? Libraries are basically collections of pre-written code that comes with your application. There are collections of pre-written codes, functions, classes that a developer, all right, can use to perform common tasks without having to write the code from the scratch. For some of us that work with frameworks, when we install our framework or our projects, and depending on whichever framework we're using, it comes with certain pre-written codes, classes. All right, so these classes are what developer use to perform common tasks without having to write the code all over again. So basically, Composer ensures that all the necessary libraries are included in your application. Please confirm if you can still hear me. Can anyone still hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
All right,
I
perfect.
can
Thank
hear
you.
you.
Thank you. All right, so why does dependency management matters? All right, dependency management is very crucial in software development for several reasons. It enhances our code reliability, it improves our projects and scalability, reduces conflict, enhances our code reliability in the sense that it ensures that all components work together seamlessly. All right. It also makes it easy to add new features without affecting the already existing code. All right. Then it reduces conflict. It helps avoid version clashes between libraries. So effective dependency management is very key to successful software projects. As developers, it is very, very important. It is crucial. We want to have a successful software project, all right? Because it helps avoid version clashes between libraries. It makes it easy to add features to our application without tampering with the existing code. All right, and it also enhances code reliability. So after this slide, I will just walk us through how we can set up a simple PHP project with Composer and how by the time I set it up, you see how seamless it is. There are some times that when you want to build an application, when without framework, and you have to if you want to build a website, maybe just a let's say a website for Bincom, all right. You want to have the home, you want to have the about, the blog, and so on and so forth. All right. Instead of just writing your code from the scratch and trying to build and everything. So with Composer, I can easily start a new project with a description that I want. Then all I just have to do is let me use the word few, make certain changes, all right, to the projects that I installed through Composer. Well, let me just talk us through everything before going to that so that I won't waste much of our time. All right. So adding and managing dependencies. So we use the command Composer require to add libraries, whatever libraries that we want to add to our application. We use the command Composer require, all right? And Composer automatically updates your JSON and log files, all right? It also manages your updates. So when I want to update dependencies in my application, all right, I just run the command Composer updates, then it updates all dependencies to their latest versions. You see how easy that is, all right? Okay, let's say there's a particular dependency that I don't want to use or I don't need, all right, I can just run the command Composer remove, then it will remove the unused dependencies from me. So basically, Composer makes it very easy to keep our project organized and up to date. All right, Composer also have what we call the autoloading capabilities. All right, so basically, Composer automatically generates and auto-load files. All right, so these auto-load files are like there are scripts or functions that automatically load the classes of files required by a program without the need for explicit include statement or require statement. So basically, this particular mechanism simplifies the management of dependencies. All right, so it Composer automatically generates this auto load file. All right, and the benefits of this autoloading capability is that it keeps your project structure clean and organized. All right, it reduces the need for manual require or include statements. All right, so with Composer autoloading capabilities, managing classes become very, very easy. All right, so moving on, many PHP frameworks like Laravel rely on Composer for dependency management. And there are a lot of projects benefits from some of these benefits from vast of ecosystem libraries available through packages. All right. Now, for some of the best practices are you regularly update your dependencies to avoid security vulnerabilities. I'm sure we don't want our application to be at the risk of breaches, all right? So it is advisable that regularly update these dependencies, all right, to avoid security vulnerabilities. And we should always use version constraint wisely to ensure compatibility. Then always keep your composer.json file organized and well documented. So basically, implementing all of these practices will enhance your PHP development experience. So for the purpose of recap, yeah, so I basically talked about how Composer simplifies dependency management in our PHP projects. I would be showing us a practical illustration of how we can set up a project straightforward with Composer later. Then understanding version constraints is also essential for stability and how the autoloading capabilities streamline our class loading. And let's not also forget that Composer is a very powerful ally in modern PHP development. Okay, so for the purpose of us, because I know not every one of us is on the technical team, and you're wondering that what is she saying? I don't understand what she's talking about. All this thing like same, new, all right. So I'll just give us a simple analogy or a practical analogy of how Composer works in PHP projects. So let me give us a practical real life scenario that every one of us will be able to relate to. All right. So imagine you want to plan a dinner party. All right. Now this dinner party now is your project. It's a project you want to work on. All right. You want to host a dinner party. You want to invite everybody, and you want everything to be perfect, from the food to the decorations. All right. Now, when you want to host your dinner party, you decide on the menu. And this menu has like different dishes, from your jollof rice, your fried rice, your swallow, your small chops. All right. Now, each dish require specific ingredients. Now, these ingredients, don't forget that our dinner party is our project. Please, I want us to follow along so that we won't miss it. I'm trying to give us this real life analogy for those of us that are not on the technical team, so we can know how this thing works. All right. So don't forget that the dinner party we want to host is our project. Now we need everything to be perfect, from our menu, from our food to our decorations. Now we decide on the menu, and this menu requires like several dishes: the jollof rice, the fried rice, the small chops. All right, and each dish requires like a specific ingredient. Now these ingredients that we need to prepare these dishes, they represent the dependencies that our project needs to function. Our project in this instance is our digital party. All right. Now, so for us to keep track of this menu and dishes, we come up with our grocery list, obviously, for those of us that go to the market very. Now, instead of remembering all these ingredients in our head, all right, we come up with our grocery list. Now, the grocery list in this instance is our composer. Please, are we following?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Now,
Yes, we are.
instead of remembering all these ingredients that we need to prepare our dishes, all right, we create a grocery list. Now, what does this list do? It helps keep track of everything we need to buy. So similarly, Composer manages our project dependencies by keeping a list of libraries and packages required of our PHP projects. All right, after coming up with our list, all right, we move on to shopping. We dash out, so we go to the market or supermarket, whatever market, it is a local market. Anyway, I want to get our ingredients, we go there. Then the shopping in this instance is the installation of our projects. So we go shopping, we pick up all the ingredients on our grocery list. Now, Composer does the same by fetching all the necessary libraries and installing them in our projects. Then after shopping, we come back home, then we have everything we need for our dinner party. So we move on to cooking, which is the development aspect. All right, so you start cooking, following whichever recipe you want to follow, which require using all those ingredients together that we came up with. All right. So basically, in programming or in software development, your code interacts with your libraries that is being installed by your composer. All right. So you can adjust the menu. All right. Adjust the menu so that you can update your dependencies. Maybe you don't want this menu, you can choose to adjust. Let's say you came up with a menu before, and in your menu you just want jollof rice, ofada, and maybe amala. And so maybe after going to the market and coming back, you decide that, I think I would like to add coconut rice. All right. So you can adjust your menu, you can update your dependencies to whatever you need. You can even decide to change a dish or add a new one. All right. You can update your grocery list. So basically, Composer allows you to do all of these updates. It allows you to update your dependencies, easily when a new version of packages are available. All right. So now your party is set, your dinner party is set. and you just want to like enjoy your party, that is when deployment comes in. All right, everything is working fine. So finally, you serve your dinner, and your guests are happy. So basically, your project is good. You've developed, you've tested, and you've deployed for users to enjoy. So in summary, the analogy I've just been trying to explain is just how Composer simplifies the process of managing the ingredients, which is our dependencies, needed for our project, ensuring that we have everything organized and ready to go. All right, just like preparing for a successful dinner party. So this practical example I just explained, it helps people understand how vital Composer is, or how important Composer role is in PHP development. All right, so basically it makes our project application more manageable and efficient. All right, and if you still want, if you want to learn more on Composer, there are resources online for further learning. You can go to the official Composer documentation on getcomposer.org. There are several PHP community forums out there and tutorials. Excuse me, and tutorials. All right, there are online courses out there. So basically, you can go to the internet and dive deeper into Composer and how it enhances PHP projects today. All right, thank you. Does anybody have any question before I ask my question?
Okay, so I guess the silence means no questions.
No questions. All right. So let me just ask my own question. Composer automatically generates an auto-load file, true or false? Please, let's answer. We can unmute our mic and speak. Composer automatically generates an auto-load file, true or false? Nobody wants to talk?
True.
All right, thank you so much, Judith. All right, so can someone list 3 benefits of autoloading? Even if it's one benefit that you know, but I just want us like list 3 benefits of autoloading. Remember I mentioned that Composer have autoloading capabilities. So what are the benefits of these autoloading capabilities? Anybody? Your answer does not need to be perfect. I just want to know if you have like basic understanding of how this thing works. Benefits of autoloading. So let's answer. I still want to show that we can use Composer to set up a simple project.
Okay, let me say
Nobody.
it helps with updating of dependencies.
Yeah, you have an idea. So I would accept that. Thank you. Any other person? Benefits of autoloading. You don't know. Okay,
Can I
that means I've
say
just been talking to myself
hello?
someone. All right. Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. Can I say it reduces manual efforts?
Yes, you can say that because basically the autoloading capabilities of Composer here, it automatically load classes or files. So you can say it reduces manual effort too. All right, thank you so much for that, Samuel. One more benefit, please, so that I can just show that we can use Composer to set up simple projects. So I'll just say the last one since nobody is saying anything. So one of the benefits of autoloading is it simplifies management of dependencies, as mentioned earlier. Then it also enhances code organization. Then, according to what Samuel said, it reduces manual effort, by automatically loading the classes of files required by your application without the need for explicit require or include statement. All right, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for contributing and answering the questions. And to those of us that didn't answer, thank you too for listening to me. Anyways, so this is my LinkedIn. You can always reach out to me. I'm one DM away in case you have any questions or any directions or anything PHP related. Let me just put it that way. You can always send me a DM on Slack. You can connect with me on LinkedIn too. All right. So without wasting much of our time, let me quickly run us through how we can set up basic simple composer I don't know. I think I'll have to. Please confirm if you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Please, what can you see at the moment?
Your slides.
My slide. Oh no, that's not so. It's already showing something else. Let me stop sharing and share again. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, so I'm trying to use Composer to install a Laravel project. So the name of my project is Beancom. All right, so you notice that there's an error here. All right, that's as a result of network issues. But now, because this error exists, now let's say I'm building like my applications, yeah, and I probably needed this to this particular package and it's not functioning. I can rerun Composer install or update just to fix that error in my application. Instead of just having to delete my whole application and starting over because of this particular error. All right. So basically, I just run the command Composer create project prefer this Laravel Bincom. Bincom in this instance is the name of the project I'm trying to, because so I already told Composer that okay, I want a Laravel project and I want my project to be Bincom. All right. So Composer installs all the dependencies, everything I need for this project, because it is a Laravel project. But I've instructed that okay, this is what I want. So he installs everything. The installation is still on. So it keeps installing until it is done. So you just wait for all of this to install. Still installing. Also, just wait for everything to be done. All right, this is taking time. So let me just see if I can show us. So basically, I just want to show us that Composer install all of these dependencies for us. All right, because I have to end this by 9:45. So this is still loading, network issues, but let me show us. I think I have projects, Java projects here. Please, can you see my screen? Please confirm what you can see. Hello?
We can
can
still see
see
the
your
terminal you were installing before.
Okay, so it's still installing, but because of our time, I think I have an existing project. So let me just show my screen. So once it's done installing, because so I just navigate to my root and directory where I want my projects saved. All right. So let me just share again. Alright. So um so once it's done installing, you'll be able to see something like this. All right. So all these things are what our project needs to function. We have the controllers. This is another topic on its own. We have our models and we have our views. These are like the MVC architecture. All right. So when we go to our resources, we have our views there. This is what controls what the users. And so we have our JavaScript. So basically everything I need to make my application work. We have our .env files that has our where we connect our database. We have our JSON file that has like everything. So basically, like instead of me just building my application from the scratch and start building, okay, controller folder manually. Okay, let me build config folder manually. Composer installs all of these things. All I just have to do is like make few changes, all these things, right? And this installation comes with some pre-written code. So all I just have to do is, make changes based on what your application wants or what you want to do or what you're trying to build. All right. So thank you everybody. I believe we've come to the end of this KD session. Thank you everybody for listening. Victoria, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Antonia. I hope you have learned one or two. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Do have a productive day. Thank you for keeping the time, Antonia.
You're welcome.